Okay, in this video, I want to talk about how you create your own identity. Meaning, if I decide I want to become somebody else through actions, I can just become who I want to be. So, an example of this in my life was when I was around, I'm 19 right now, so when I was around 15, 16 maybe, I've always been like top set maths, pretty good at maths and stuff, but like bottom of top set, so not as good as my classmates, right? I never really followed along. I'd go home, I'd play video games. I wouldn't really study. I wouldn't really listen in class. I don't really remember what happened, but I wasn't like focused, you know. But it was when I moved into year 10, so around about 16, that's when everything changed. I remember I walked in the class and I'd been placed next to these two friends that were girls, and they'd always like chat between themselves, and I was in the middle of them. So it was quite an awkward seating position for me. I didn't really speak to them, so I was just forced to listen to what the teacher was saying the whole time. Throughout that time, all I did was listen to the teacher. Became really good at maths. Everyone in my class saw me as like the top guy at maths, just because I decided, you know what? If I'm not going to speak to these people, I may as well just lock in and become like smart. And that's what I did. I just decided I want to become really good at this. All it took was a little bit of action, listening to the teacher. Became really good at maths, ended up getting a 9 at GCSE, A star A level, and went on to study mechanical engineering at university. All from just deciding I want to be someone else. Something else that might have helped this a little bit, or definitely helped this a little bit, was that I surrounded myself with people that were just generally really good at maths. So my friends, they were like some of the top in the year at maths. They all studied further maths. If people know what that is in the UK, it's like a higher level of maths than what regular people study. They were all just very smart, and that's a point I want to make, is surrounding yourself with those who inspire you and push you to be better, because everyone's heard like you're the average of the five like most common people you spend your time around. So if you're spending your time around people that smoke weed every night, drinking every night, you're most likely going to be pressured and influenced into doing the same thing. But if you spend time with people that have really good habits, you're going to pick up those habits, just because it's what we do as humans. We like follow our surroundings, you know. So I keep looking down because I've written a bunch of notes beforehand on everything I want to touch up on in this video. So yeah, so you are who you decide you want to be. You create your own identity. So let's say let's say I go through an experience, let's say a social interaction, and my reaction to it was I didn't like it. It made me quite sad. I'm not going to go home and be like, wow, I'm really sad. Yeah, I can experience those emotions, but I'm going to let them pass, because there's no point continuing to feel sad and tell yourself, oh, I'm a sad person. You can experience the sad emotions, but once you tell yourself, oh, I'm a sad person, I'm a sad person, I'm a sad person, you're going to convince yourself that you are a sad person. And once you convince yourself you're a sad person, you start feeling sorry for yourself. You're going to say like, you're going to you're going to say, I don't want to go to this event, I'm too sad, I don't want to go there. You're going to start closing yourself off and becoming that sad person just because you told yourself you're a sad person. But if I just like smile more and tell myself I'm really, really happy, like I'm happy all the time, you delude yourself into feeling this way. You create a different identity. I promise you can become whoever you want to be if you just decide you want to be that person. And really, with the actions as well, it's the actions that push you towards this character. You can say, I want to be this, I want to be that, and you can keep telling yourself that, and that is the first step, that is the initial step. But you need to follow up with a little bit of action, a little bit, just to get the habit started. And once you've started a little bit, it's done. Just keep going, and before you know it, all it takes is time. The time's going to pass anyways, right? So do you want that time to pass while you're becoming the person you want to become, or while other people are going to become the person you want to become, or you're still going to continue being your sad self, let's say? And I want to touch up on the whole smiling aspect, because in a book I read, I think it was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. He made a point on just smiling more. And I think he mentioned it in social interactions, but I'm saying not only in social interactions, even when I'm by myself, you see me just smiling in my room. Because the more you smile, right, the more you'll just naturally, unconsciously just smile. You'll just react by smiling to people. And when you smile, you're just a happier person, right? You just notice it more. People notice it more about you, and they have like a more friendly approach to you, because you're more approachable when you smile. When you just look like miserable the whole time, no one wants to approach you, because who wants to speak to a miserable person? You let them down because you have such a miserable aura. But when you're a happy person, you uplift the people around you. Everyone wants to be around a happy person, right? So just an exercise you can do in your room right now while watching this video. It might sound really cringe, but just smile to yourself, right? And next time you remember this point I make, maybe when you put your phone down, you're laying in bed tonight, and you think about what I've been saying, you think about the whole smiling thing. Don't criticize it yet. Just try it for a few days. Just when you think about it, just smile. Just smile. And after maybe a few days, you'll realize, like, wow, I actually just feel happier. You'll start to notice yourself smiling more than you were before. It's such an amazing feeling, sorry. What else have I got here? People. Okay, I think I've touched on everything. You create your own identity, and that is what I wanted to convey in this video. If you have any, yeah,
Can I use your honey?
in the kitchen,
Yes.
I don't even know where it is, but you can go for it.
Thanks.
What was I saying? I've completely lost my trail of thought. But smile more. Become who you want to become, because the time is going to pass regardless. Oh, I remember now. If you have any questions or extra points you want to add or criticisms, please leave them down below, because I really am interested in hearing other people's points of views and discussing them. That was my favourite part about the last video I posted, and that's what motivates me to do this more, because I record these to compile my thoughts, right? And if I can compile my thoughts and other people have their opinions, and we can all like combine opinions and discussions, that's how we grow as people, and that's what I'm really interested in. So yeah, if you have any thoughts about this, please let me know. Thank you and goodbye.